I have to shout out to our Brazil fans. They are the best. So
Two words. Blowing up.
Hi, Joshua. How are you?
how are you? I'm so excited to talk to Brazil, our number one fans of this reboot.
You have a lot of fans here. I grew up watching the first Gossip Girl. I love the show. It was my favorite show next to Desperate Housewives. I love the dilemma and the controversy and Serena and Blair. Why do you decide there was the time to do a revival?
I honestly think, we weren't done telling stories. The world of gossip moves very quickly, and there are new things all the time. Dumois is a great example. And so the world wasn't fully excavated. We had more to tell. And because there's new students in high schools here in New York all the time, it just felt like we should be able to do this every 10 years. So I think was the goal.
How do you think that changed in the world and in the industry since the last show ended?
Streaming has come up and is allowing us to be more frank about sexuality, go a little bit deeper, a little bit dirtier, a little bit darker. Obviously, having a cast that represents the world is really great and very important. I think having like a little bit longer time to tell the stories and a bigger cast, we can afford twice as many people on screen as we did the first time around. So that all that stuff really adds to it. More drama, more people, more scandal.
And the drama and the dilemma from the teens seem to have changed since the last show ended. Do you believe they're more open and well settled now?
No, I actually think now everyone knows that they have to present a certain way publicly at all times because somebody is watching, not just Gossip Girl, but Instagram, TikTok, your friends, they're going to report about you. So you're walking through your whole life, always on. So the thing is, who's really there behind that? So where are the moments you let your guard down, even for a second? Well, that's where Gossip Girl sneaks in. So I think teens are unfortunately in a very bad place these days where they have to pretend 100% of the time. I didn't have to pretend growing up. No one was watching my every move. And I think that's really a lot of pressure and a lot of stress. And I think that's one of the thing that adds to the drama of the show this time around.
Back then, it was all about who was going to be the queen of school, Blair Waldorf, and the king. Do you think the goals of the teenagers have changed since then? The bullying is decreasing, or things like the same drama?
Definitely seems like it's decreasing. It just means when it happens even worse. And this season, Monet definitely wants to be queen. She wants to be Blair. She knows that doesn't exist anymore, and she is going to bring it back at all costs. So you will see somebody still holding on to the old ways and people still trying to make this new way, and how they clash.
Did you always imagine Monet having she was like a secondary character in the first season, and now she's like one of the main leads. Did you always imagine that, or was the actress that made you give her more space?
Oh. It was both. So if you recall, in the first half of season one, Monet at some point gets very upset with Julian and is like, I'm done working with you and I'm going to try to stop you from the outside. It was always a part of the plot, but Savannah is such a genius. And so is Zion, who plays Luna, that of course you see what they're capable of and you're like, let's go further. But we did always plan to have Monet come for Julian. But I think maybe it got bigger than was initially planned and keeps getting bigger. So,
and I love Georgina Sparks. She's so controversial, and I love she's back. I bet she's gonna set everyone on fire. There's any other characters you would like to bring to the TV show? Not this season, but
sure.
Maybe the next one.
Definitely. I mean, this season, you will hear about a few of the characters and where they've ended up from the first show. The door is always open and we very much want them. It's really, truly more an issue of scheduling, especially during COVID, because people can't, if they're on other shows, their rules may be different than our rules, but we would love to have everybody back. It would be great to slowly just repopulate the world with everybody, but you will definitely figure out something about two of the major original characters this season.
But did you have any talks with Leighton Misler, maybe so she can return as Blair
I
Waldorf?
am not, I can't say, but of course I would love to see Leighton on the show again. I love
And what do you think that makes Gossip Girl such an iconic pop phenomenon?
I don't want to toot my own horn, but I actually think it's the show's mix of sort of crazy drama and actually very relatable family dynamics. At the end of the day, when you see these kids doing all of the crazy big things they're doing, they are just scared children whose parents did not raise them correctly and did not show them the love that they needed or should have had. And I feel like it is that very high drama and very low realism coming together that makes it so good. It isn't just soap. It isn't just opera. It's actually also very human. They're very human. There's a scene in the first episode between Monet and her mother that is incredible. Like Monet could do everything in the world, but all she really cares about is what her mother thinks of her. And that's very real.
Do you have plans already to a third season?
Yes. I can't say or don't know whether there will be a third season, but we absolutely know exactly what is going to happen. We have actually broken the entire season.
War is never pretty, and it's only just begun.
You know that I'm no good.
Did you know that you have 4 weak points of entry and a very pliable super?
Yeah, you know